G'day, this is Captain Noob, and this is an Instigating Western Revolver again. So last time I used this, I used it on an unoptimized character, but now with my Gunslinger build with the appropriate points allocated where they need to be, I can look at this weapon again and use it a little bit more effectively. So the attachments on this, you can't see them now, but they're basically the same as we had last time. True barrel, true grip, severe receiver, and a reflex sight for VATS targeting and all of that. 89 damage off the bat. Yes, the severe receiver does the most damage. I think it even does more damage than a prime receiver, so there you go. So we'll chuck on Gunslinger, Gunslinger, and Gunslinger, and to boost our damage ever so slightly more, we've got run rank of Bloody Mess. We could make that even better if we decided to remove Starts Genes and upgrade Bloody Mess to its highest, but I think having Starts Genes makes... I don't have the resources to replace mutations that I lose if I pick up something that I don't want, so that goes... we're losing 10 damage there, or 10% damage there, which is a small price to pay for making sure we've actually got our mutations where they need to be. And we've also got basically the same thing as we usually have. Nerd Rage is there if we get into dire situations where we need to get a shot off that'll do a lot more damage. Crack Shot is good for pistols, more accuracy when sighted, and also range. Concentrated Fire, good with that. Glow Sight is just to improve our damage output against the tanky glowing creatures. That is basically the build. And with that, we're doing 150 damage with our Instigating Western Revolver, hitting for 300 with the Instigating effect, and another 2 times from the Sneak Attack criticals for 600 damage. And that's before any other sort of debuffs or less damage comes from armor and all that. But I think that's some pretty solid damage out of a Revolver, yes. And before I forget, buffs as follows: 3 unyielding bits and a couple of chameleon bits. And my mutations are these: Adrenal Reaction, Bird Bones, Eagle Eyes, Marsupial, and Speed Demon. Alrighty, so here we are outside of West Tech, and let me tell you something, I'm spewing. I had a whole video recorded on this, but then Shadowplay decided that all of my files were corrupt, so I have to start again, but that's okay, because it was really fun to use, and obviously I've had my thoughts on it. I can just, recall what I was thinking about it, and then, you know, refine my commentary, so I'm not just shooting from the hip all the time. And one thing that I did learn is that Gun Fu is an amazing perk. Even though I don't have it at rank 3, it's only taking up 1 point of agility. Our agility points are a little overstretched, but just having access to the perk, we might not be getting the most damage we can out of it, but just having access to the perk in general is going to be good. So for those of you who are not in the know about Gun Fu, is that when you get a kill in VATS, it switches to a nearby target if it's in with a certain visual range of you, and you get a little bit of bonus damage, and it does really well. So that's adrenaline at 42. Like I said before, my agility is stretched thin, so we can't maximize adrenaline, but 42 damage is only 18% off we could normally. But yeah, it's just more and more damage compromises. But despite all of these compromises, this thing can still perform really well. And let me just show you what this thing can do without the use of VATS. Because, you know, we can't be critting and sneak attack critting everyone all the time with VATS unless we're a stealth commando, but that's different. We've got a big loud and proud revolver thing, so we're not going to be able to sneak all the time or get VATS criticals all the time. So, you know, having a little bit of time outside of VATS is good, and aiming down sights, obviously making good use out of Crack Shot. We've got the True Barrel and the True Grip, so our hipfire accuracy is incredibly accurate, especially when standing still and crouching. Or crouching still, I should say. But look at that, we can just one-shot these guys like that. This thing has definitely got the power to it. Alright, we'll move inside, hopefully we get some spawns. I did last time, it was actually a good recording run. Fuck you, Shadowplay. Okay, we have indeed got the spawns again, so that's very good news. And sometimes you want to stay crouched, but obviously, as you can tell, you've got no sights when you've got no reflex reticule sight when you crouch, and you've got the chameleon cloak on you. That is where the great hipfire of this weapon comes in, and I'm pretty sure I've lost the adrenaline that I had before, so I'm not hitting quite as hard, and obviously not being able to hit them in the head means I'm suffering in terms of damage, but that's okay. We can just cheese criticals in VATS. Or maybe not. That guy's proving a little bit tougher than everyone else. That's okay. We've finally got that critical strike. And apparently he was the only one who noticed I was there, which is incredibly unperceptive on these super mutants parts. But if I really... I was back into happy times for a second there. So as you can tell, to really maximize this thing's damage, you need to make use out of your luck, you need to make use out of criticals. I have built myself, or this character, in such a way that I'll be able to utilize them as frequently as possible, with a Gunslinger weapon, of course. I get them even quicker with Gorilla builds, that's why they're so good. But as you can tell, being able to just cheese sneak attack crits and criticals like that is an excellent way of getting yourself tons of damage, heaps of damage. And I think ooh, there's another unyielding bit. Now that might be overlapping at this point. I think both of my legs are unyielding. And there goes a Super Mutant Warlord of the 3-star variety in one shot. So we're getting right into the sweet spot of these weapons where even though we're in danger, if we get those criticals off, we can still kill them in one shot. But it always helps to have something like Escape Artist helping out there. What? Wait, come back here, you cheeky bastard. You can't just bite me and run off, bastard. Alright, we'll keep on going. So we're losing health pretty quickly here. I mean, we're getting shot by a lot of super mutants, that's fine. But that's only making us stronger to a certain extent. So getting more damage out of adrenal reaction is a great thing for this, and there's a little bit of gun fu action right there. Still in the danger, which I don't know where from. Probably down here, actually. Oh yeah. No, this guy is unaware of my position. We might have to chase that guy up later, but I'm not going to waste any adrenaline trying to catch up. So let's go ahead and kill these guys like this. So those sneak attack criticals doing well. That guy's got a board. We'll wait until his animation resets so we can pop him one in the head. Oh yeah, you're hearing stuff. It's not like you can notice a giant revolver going off every couple of seconds. No! Super mutants are the dumbest. They should call them stupid mutants, because that's what they are. Alright, looks like we're ready for the hell room, and we'll take this momentum with us, hopefully, if we can open this quick enough. I'm really glad I don't have to go through a terminal hacking minigame every time I do that, because that's a surefire way to lose your adrenaline. So let's get some more gun fu action here, chain together some kills. Let me just check the time. Yep, seems about 12 o'clock, so there you go, there's an outdated reference there, but I'm sure somebody out there will respect that, yes. And now we're just going to chain together all these kills, pop them one by one in the head. There's Nerd Rage popping, and there's Born Survivor, so we've lost a little bit of damage now, but only one stim pack for a lot of these super mutants. That's pretty damn efficient, and the fact that I'm dropping most of these guys in one shot means this thing is really efficient on bullets too. So keeping this thing fed, although you get less yields per component per bullet, you can actually do really, really well with just the amount of bullets that you do get out of this thing. You don't need a whole lot of bullets to do a whole lot of damage. You do suffer a little bit in DPS though. Alright. Looks like we've got a couple left. Is that an auto dock? Yes it is, probably. There's one there. Down he goes. And looks like we're clear from that point. So as you can tell, solid performance out of the Instigating Western Revolver. An impressive performance for sure. Unfortunately, I already knew it was going to be like this, so my off-the-cuff impression is gone. But yes, I was really impressed by this. I thought it was great fun to use. So we'll move on to some ghoulies. Now, unfortunately, the ghouls on this video is going to be very disappointing, well, at least for me, because I originally did this recording and we had nuke ghouls left over, which were all glowing ones, right? And they're all tanky and shit. I've got glow sight on, so obviously I do more damage to him, but I was consistently one-shot headshotting those guys with VATs and criticals. It was glorious. I'm so sad that we won't be able to see that in this video now because Shadowplay was being a dick, but we can still do well against these ghouls in crowd control situations, yes. So we'll keep on going. Hopefully the big old 44 going off is a 3-star, so that might make it not so bad, but okay. It will. It's just a shit drop. If we have a glowing one as the boss here, that'd be good. Of course we're gonna one-shot the Rad Roach, but yes, unfortunate, but we're getting around about the same performance. We can I mean, we can't see how much damage we're doing, but if we're doing enough damage to... Wow, that... Whoa! Oh, nice flips there, bro. Also, I saw another player in here now, and this was the kind of thing that was happening, by the way. I was just one-shotting everything, and then basically, Gunfu there was just locking me onto the next target, so it was just a process of kill, kill, and kill, and they're all were big, high-level ghouls, and it basically went like that. I'm not really sure if old mate over there can even see these ghouls, but, yep, I think I've cleared out a lot of them at this point. So, yeah, it kind of went like that, except with glowing ghouls. Can definitely one-shot those guys. So, as disappointing as it is for me, as you can tell, this thing can do pretty well in crowd control situations. Seeing as you need only one-shot these guys to kill them, you're going to get 6 kills very, very quickly. And if you've got something like Speed Demon to speed up that reload time, you can slam more bullets in this thing and keep going even more. And this thing, by the way, it may look like the condition is bad, but this was pretty much at 200% condition. So it's lasted like 2 videos worth of shooting before it's even come below 200%. So, yeah, that 200% or 100%. So there you go. This thing is durable as hell as well. Okay, let's see how we do against Swan. Do I want to sit back and shoot him from here? Also, why is there reflection on the water from my reflex light? I feel like that's a visual bug, Bethesda. Whoops. Does that happen in real life? I don't think it does, but it's cool lighting effects, if anything else. No trouble against Swan at all. We got ourselves detected pretty quickly there, but we managed to kill him. And if it's any consolation, we did kill him in just 1 magazine in the previous recording. I had about half health from adrenal reaction, so that definitely helped. And it wasn't during the night time either, so for some reason we were more stealthy during the day. Maybe I was standing a bit further back, but yep, good performance at this anyhow, so yeah, pretty good. Alright, so this time we're going to be starting up here, because I had to scan a little bit for, enemies that may or may not be around. So whenever there's a nuke zone over there, I usually have to server jump, because this place is usually cleared out. But on this occasion I haven't, and there we go, we've just one-shot at that guy. Obviously those glowing ones are a little bit weaker, so we'll one-shot those blokes as well. And is that it for the rando crabs? Looks like it, so we'll wake up the queen. There she is, and what we'll do is we'll prioritize destroying her spouts. Excellent, then we'll go on to the headshots to maximize damage. See, you gotta play a little bit more cleverly, a little bit more smarter into your playstyle, and if we can maintain that adrenaline, that would be good. Let's have a quick look at that. Okay, we did maintain our adrenaline. Good stuff. So we get even more damage now, but sometimes crippling limbs that, ought to be crippled to stop them from attacking you at range, especially against a queen like that. That's the sort of things you want to do for a gunslinger build, because not all the time you're going to be doing well with damage with this thing. Obviously, having our agility, our agility stat there being plugged up with 9 points of gunslinger, we're already stretching ourselves thin there. We don't even have bloody mess at rank 3, so that's 10% damage we're losing there. Combine that with the 18% damage we're losing on adrenaline, and again with another 20% damage we're losing from Gunfu in situations where we're actually using that. As you can tell, there's a lot of corners we have to cut to make this thing work, but despite all of that, we're still doing well against even my alert queens. We just have to use our brains a little bit. We can't treat this as a normal stabby thing where we just sneak and hit things to our advantage and basically nothing else. Okay, time to take on a bat, and just to set us up properly, what I've done is got my crit bar full, so when the bat comes close, we can immediately start off with a sneak attack critical, bat's critical, and instigating effect all at once to get ourselves quite a bit of damage. So once he comes close enough, alright, pretty good damage. I think we were suffering a little bit at range at there, so we didn't actually get as much damage as we could possibly get there. But that's okay, we'll keep on shooting him. We've crippled his head at this point, which means his perception is lowered. So if we were to take some cover, break line of sight, and go back into caution, we're straight back into getting sneak attack criticals if we decide to land any of our shots. Take out that gun zombie there. We've got another critical ready now. We'll use that to okay effect there, not doing as well without those sneak attack criticals, but we can still do it. This thing's definitely got the punch to deal with threats like that. And I do believe a lot of the damage that I'm getting from this that I wasn't getting whilst leveling up is something to do with how the leveling works. There seems to be a soft bit of damage resistance that the game doesn't really let you know about when it comes to taking on things that are obviously higher level. So at level 50, when I was set up 3 ranks of Gunslinger and maybe a bit of Bloody Mess, I was struggling against these Scorched Beasts, but now this character can actually do well. And there goes my last impact. I'm going to have to farm a few. Ooh, he's given me a railway rifle and an ultrasight medic pump. Thank you. You... Fuck, actually, that's pretty terrible, but yep. There you have it, the Instigating Western Revolver. Used properly with a luck build to make use of criticals and VATs. I feel like that's the best way to run these pistols because you're compromising a lot on damage, so what you can do to get those back is just to use VATs basically as much as you can and shoot people with criticals. Just pull criticals out of your ass for extra damage. That is my recommended way of running revolvers and other pistol weapons in this game because the damage just does not cut it without that. So, yep, if you're looking to do a Gunslinger build, definitely go 15 luck, 15 agility. The rest of the points can go wherever, but I do also recommend a perception as high as you can get it for VAT's accuracy. Thank you for watching, guys.